Hello everyone and happy Vlogmas. Today is December 1st and it is the beginning of Vlogmas, and it has been quite some time since you have seen me on this channel, and I really debated if I wanted to do Vlogmas this year, but I decided that I'm going to, and I'm going to use it as an opportunity to kind of catch everyone up with what has been going on and why you haven't seen me in like 6 months. Let me just take a quick moment to introduce myself. I am Heather and I live in mid-Michigan with my 2 children, and this space is usually a space where I talk about my knitting primarily and then like little bits of life update stuff. The shape of this channel has changed a lot over the last couple of years because I do have long COVID, and the symptoms and effects that long COVID has laid on me has severely altered my life. So that is why this channel has kind of like grown and changed a lot, and it continues to do so. I have for like the last, I think 5 years now, done Vlogmas, and I really debated if I wanted to do it this year because it has been so long since I've recorded anything and put anything on this channel. I decided that I am going to go ahead and do it because it is something that I've done, and certainly this is going to be a very unique Christmas season for us. I haven't recorded anything for 6 months, as I have said, and I figured I would start this Vlogmas off right now with full transparency as to the reason why. At the beginning of May this year, we found out that my mom had cancer pretty much throughout her entire abdomen. And she had not been doing very well for quite some time, and we officially found out that there was in fact cancer. This was at the beginning of May. A couple weeks later, we went down to the University of Michigan for a consult down there, but no biopsy had been done. They scheduled her for a biopsy to determine the type of cancer that she had. Even though it had definitely metastasized quite a bit, we were still looking at the potential for treatment options. At the end of May, before she could even have her biopsy, things took a very serious turn for the worst. She was admitted to the hospital and was in the hospital for a couple of days. They were going to bump up the biopsy, but she deteriorated so rapidly that they weren't even able to do the biopsy. They sent her home right before Memorial Day, and on Memorial Day morning, so the very end of May, she passed away. I'm not okay. The loss of my mom has been a whole experience that has left me feeling kind of like something floating in the breeze. In addition to losing my mother, I also have a special needs brother who lived with my mom. He is somewhat independent. I think he can live independently to some extent, but he does not have the capacity to, fill out forms or make wise financial choices, manage finances. I'm sorry, the cat has decided this is an opportune time to come and scratch on his scratching post. So you can see the cat in the background scratching on a scratching post as I'm talking about serious things. So as a result of that, I have had to get guardianship of him and have been trying to help manage his life. All of these things have been a lot. When you take into account also my own health issues with the long COVID, I'm pretty much completely exhausted. I don't have a lot of spare energy, and I haven't recorded because I'm not okay. I'm in a really difficult place emotionally and mentally with all of this, and I am grieving heavily. I was close to my mom. I talked to my mom almost every day, and to have her just be gone is very jarring and disorienting. It's difficult losing a parent, but then when you have reached the point where you've lost both of your parents, it's like a whole new ball game. So the holiday season is going to be a very real challenge for myself and for my children. You know, they've lost the grandparents that they felt the most connected to, that they felt they could be the most authentic with. And so they're grieving that as well. So there's a lot of grief happening, and this is going to be a very difficult holiday season, which is why this is probably going to be a very different type of Vlogmas, because we are very much dealing with this grief and processing it at a time of year that is very difficult for a lot of people. So that is my full transparency. That is what has been going on. That is why I have not recorded, because I'm not really the most okay. And maybe through this process, I will find some healing and some movement in the direction of my grief. And if this is not going to be your cup of tea for Vlogmas, that's completely okay. I totally understand that, and no hard feelings whatsoever. I am still going to talk about my knitting, because knitting is still my go-to and my way of helping to cope with all of it and with the grief. I have other ways that I've been coping with the grief that have probably been getting some more attention, because it has allowed me a little bit more escapism. And definitely with stuff that's been going on, I have needed some escapism. So you will hear a little bit about that as well. Throughout the month, I hope to kind of fully bring you up to speed on everything. So be patient. If you have specific questions, by all means, please put them in the comments, and I will work at addressing those specific questions as well. I do apologize for my long absence. I thank you all for your patience in that, because like I said, I have not been okay. So there is my little Vlogmas intro spiel. I do have a yarn advent calendar that I will continue to open with my daughter as per our tradition. That will happen later tonight. And I'll bring you up to speed with things that have been going on with them as well. And it is her senior year of high school. So that's its own thing too, right? I have a kid graduating, which is like its whole bizarre experience in and of itself. So I'll bring you up to speed with all of them, bring you up with all of that. We do have a Christmas tree up behind us, just lights on it because we weren't sure how the cat was going to take it. So there'll be Christmas decorating. I do have some Christmassy things planned to do with the kids. We're trying to get through all of this, and we're going to do it together as our little unit that we are, and go from there. So there will be advent calendars. There will be those things that you've come to know and expect from my Vlogmases. But there are going to be some differences. And like I said, if that isn't for you, that is totally fine. I'm going to stop this introduction right now and kind of get things rolling with my day, because I do have a few things to get done today. And I'll kind of bring you along and catch you up as I go. So I will talk to you all in a little bit. So I did kind of want to take a second and show you what my holiday knitting is going to be. So I got the 12 days of Christmas thing from the Legacy Fiber Arts. It comes with this undyed yarn. And there's a couple pattern options for it. You can do a pair of socks, and you can also do little ornaments. I'm gonna do the ornaments, I think, for mine, because I don't know that I really want color work socks. So I think I'm going to do the ornaments, but this is all of the yarn for the 12 days. And what I'm thinking is on the odd numbered days, I will start a new ornament. And then, so it'll be, this with one of these, because they're color work. So I think that's kind of my thought process with the knitting with this. The advent calendar that I got is from Hue Loco, the Vista Fade Advent. And I'll open the first one later with Abby, but it's packaged super cute. So you've got your 24 mini skeins, and then I think it's a 50 gram larger skein. And it's a fade, and I'm planning on doing a blanket. And I actually got DK weight this time because I wanted a heavier blanket. So this will be my advent calendar, and then it'll go into a blanket. which I'm really looking forward to. I've kind of been in like a scrappy, blankety sort of mood lately, so I'm really looking forward to that. I went today and got my hair cut. I needed it quite a bit. So this is obviously something that is going to appear very different for those of you who have been around on the channel for a while, is that my hair is gone. I used to have long hair, and it was after my mom passed that I just cut it all off. For me, a lot of it was like, it was kind of a display of grief, and my cheeks are all red because I was outside and it's cold outside. But for me, it was kind of like this expression of my grief was like cutting off my hair. And it felt really good. Like, it was such a liberating experience for me to just chop it all off and make it be gone. And I've been really happy with having it be gone. I've been really happy with having it be shorter. And I'm really liking it. And I feel like it was something that I really needed to do for myself. Like I said, as an expression of grief, but also for myself in some ways. Because for me, I always had short hair as a child, and I liked it. And I grew it out as I got older, mainly because of like cultural, societal, like stereotypes and pressure. And that's kind of why I kept it. It was almost like this conforming act on my part by having my hair long. So for me, cutting it off felt very liberating for myself, because I was like letting go of this person that I was, that I needed to let go of, as well as demonstrating and expressing the grief that I have from losing my mom, and kind of a step towards like starting to step fully into myself in a way that I hadn't been able to before. And I might talk a little bit more about that later on in Vlogmas, but my hair is cut. I like it. I like how it feels, and I just got it cut again today, so it's like looking neat again, and it feels good, and I'm really happy about it. So a haircut is taken care of and done. Now I have to wait because my brother, who, as I mentioned earlier, I have guardianship of, he is going to be stopping by after he gets out of work, because I have to give him like money and stuff like that. As I said, he is not good with financial management, so he has to have all that kind of managed for him, and that is my job. So when he stops, he'll be stopping, and I'll have to do that. And I think we're ordering groceries for him today as well, but I'm not sure. So I will check in with you guys a little later. All right, we're here with lovely assistant number 1. And we have our advent calendar for yarn, and then Abby's advent calendar for socks. Socks? Socks. Abby likes sock advent calendars, which, I mean, honestly, can't blame you. They're fun.
Yeah. Okay, right. So number 1 is snow-capped. I think it'll be like a lighter blue with like white speckles.
Yes. Or I'm thinking, or it could also be like white, but with like gray and black speckles.
Okay, yeah.
Let's find out. I like the little boxes.
I do too. They make me happy.
They're all like neat and tidy. And not as crinkly making. Can you get it open? Maybe.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's like a really soft blue.
Mm-hmm.
That's really a pretty color.
It is, I like it.
I like it too.
It's pretty.
So there we have it. Our first Advent color, snow-capped, going into a blanket.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like the little boxes.
Yeah, the little boxes are good.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do your socks.
I want to do socks.
Let's do socks. Are we guessing socks?
Sure.
I mean, I have no idea how to even begin to guess socks.
What kind of sock do you think it'll be? Do you think it'll be a long sock or short sock? What color sock?
Who's going to be on it? I think it's going to be a long sock to start. And I'm thinking we're going to go Hufflepuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go Ravenclaw.
Long or short?
Short.
Okay. Here we go. I gotta like zoom this out so it's like... Ooh.
This is a single sock.
Wait, it's only one sock?
Single sock!
It's because it's Dobby!
It's
It's 24 odd socks! That's hilarious. It's a seeker
I
sock.
got a seeker sock. We were all wrong.
We were wrong all around. I mean, it's not even, it's like mid-length.
I was like, I think it'll be like black and white. But I was like, no, let's go with the...
I almost went Gryffindor, which, I mean, kind of would have been sort of close because Harry and Seeker, but like
they...
I think it's hilarious that it's just one, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Advent, day one.
Seeker sock.
All right, it is evening now, and I am pretty much ready to call it a night. I have cast on the blanket with the Advent skein of yarn. I'm hoping that I have enough to do like what I want to do with it. I'm not sure because it's like it's DK weight, and the pattern that I'm kind of basing it off of is a DK weight pattern, so I'm thinking it'll be fine. But like I just get nervous because I'm like, I don't know exactly what my yardage is on the 20 gram mini skein. I could go look, I know, but like I don't know exactly. And then I also but I haven't gone very far with this either, started a little ornament with the first skein. Are you gonna focus on it? From the Legacy Fiber Arts one, and this is what that looks like caked up. So I think I'm gonna knit those ornaments just kind of like every other day. I'll like pick a new color kind of a thing. And I think I might try to do 2 per mini skein because I think I'll definitely have enough. I'm probably gonna fall really behind with all of this knitting, but it is what it is. I'm gonna call it a night and wrap up Vlogmas day 1. Thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me. I will continue to catch you all up throughout Vlogmas so you're kind of feeling up to speed. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the comments and I'll try to like answer them throughout all of this. So have a good night, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.